do want to quickly say before the video fully starts that I'm helping my friend Sandra out with some financial help, and she needs it and we need your help. Basically, all I ask is that there's the coffee link down below where you guys can become a Kingdom Keeper. Basically, if you guys want to donate $1, all the money goes straight over to Sandra as soon as I get it. And so if you guys want to help donate, just go down to the link down below and, you know, do all the doodly-doo. I stream 2 to 3 times a week on Twitch, and we actually have different incentives if you guys donate. So if you guys wanted to join in the incentives, please go and catch me on my live streams over there. And if for whatever reason you can't donate, no sweat. Pat yourself on the back and go and share the link with a friend that could potentially help. This just means so much to us. So thank you guys so very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video. Funding for this episode of the TheGamingTrouge has been provided by viewers like you. Thank you. You know, no one's commented on the fact that in the last video I had a green screen in the background. I don't have a full cool setup to record videos in because my downstairs is well the living room. I guess I could go record down there right now, but semantics. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy TheGamingTrouge here, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on our Halo marathon. Something that I put on pause just for a little bit there. I know it's already almost been a year and a half, give or take, since the Halo 3 ODST review, but I just needed some time off and did some other projects, like what's probably my biggest project, that being the Pixar video that I did last year, which is, wow, I'm still shocked that that still didn't get DMCA'd, jeez. But back to Halo, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more game in the Bungie era of Halo, and this game is probably up there as one of my favorite games. I don't think it's outbeats Halo 3, but it's one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Halo Reach. So after development of Halo 3 ODST, a part of Bungie's 2-game contract before they went back to being fully independent, the next project was going to be something a little bit bigger, a prequel to Halo Combat Evolved, the first game in the series. Everyone at Bungie was putting in their A-team to make a story that wasn't only going to satisfy people that have been with the series since 2001, but also to bring in new players to make this be the very first Halo experience. And that's something I always love to see in game development, being a game that's both amazing for people that have been with the series forever, as well as being able to bring in new players with a refined control scheme, a really engaging story, and just fun multiplayer. And multiplayer, oh my gosh, they were going ham with the multiplayer, and in the game modes that have never been in Halo beforehand, and keeping that same 30 seconds of fun that made the original trilogy of Halo something special. And one of the craziest power moves by Bungie was giving the players Forge World, a creative sandbox where people can make multiplayer maps, different game modes, all inspired by the world of the original Halo wing. Not only as a successor to the very popular Halo 3 mode, but at the same time being a love letter to the fans that generally love doing stuff like machinimas, stuff like Red vs. Blue, which skyrocketed an online internet group to mega stardom in the era of the Xbox 360. The first time the public got to see anything about this was at E3 2009, announced alongside the same time as Halo ODST. We also got the announcement of Halo Reach with this title card right here, but there was always a bit of mystery surrounding this game, and people that bought Halo 3 ODST got access to the Halo Reach beta. People were excited for Halo Reach, given the fact that Reach as a planet was already discussed in other books and media beforehand, so it was super exciting to see how a game canonizes the events of Halo Reach. On September 14th, 2010, 15 years ago at the time of this video's upload, Halo Reach came out to mass amounts of success and appeal. While this did somewhat split the fanbase a little bit because of the armor abilities and the story, decanonizing some stuff from the books, and a bunch of other nonsense I would like to pretend I know about, I'm a very casual Halo fan despite the fact that I love this series so much. But regardless, this game came out, and for at least the people in my neck of the woods, we enjoyed the heck out of this game, and I would love to, of course, talk about it with you guys here. For the way I'm recording this game, I'm actually playing it off of my original Xbox 360 to go back in time to 2010. This game is available on Master Chief Collection with a higher frame rate and prettier visuals that makes it look the best, and it's the best way to play it. Also, when you buy MCC, it is the first game that you download when you install MCC on Steam. They know that this game is really good, and the fact that they released the PC version with Halo Reach attached to it, that's just, I love it. So without further ado, this is Halo Reach. Now, the one thing that separates this game from all the other Halos is the fact that you are the main character. Your own Spartan is a part of this team known as Noble 6. So for this summary, we're going to be dubbing this guy as Noctis, because whenever I hear the word 6, I immediately think of the 6 from Final Fantasy 15. Our story begins with the young new warrior named Noctis, who is joining Noble 6 for the first time. Noble 6 is a group of Spartans that reside in the planet known as Reach. The other members of the group are Carter, the commander, Kat, the tech specialist, George, Emil, and Jun. Reach as a planet is another planet that's akin to Earth and hosts basically the UNSC's most important data there in the galaxy, as well as innocent human lives. Lately, the UNSC's communications have been going in and out, and Noble 6 is tasked to go and check it all out. Turns out, the Covenant have invaded Reach. Unfortunately, the Covenant are way stronger here, and we had to take cover, and we actually get a pretty creepy scene in this game. But then George finds a survivor, and then all of a sudden, elite attack! But it's okay, because I got this in the...
No, that's not what happened. I jumped over the broken bridge. I took a running jump and cleared it.
After that, we go to Sword Base, which we find out that the Covenant wants the information that the UNSC has on Earth and potentially take over the world. This is where we get introduced to a character known as Dr. Halsey, the creator of the Spartan 2 program and basically an outlaw of the UNSC because they use child soldiers in order to make the Spartans. Dr. Halsey has mostly important information, and that's why the Covenant are here, is to get her information. From there, we've gotten our plan. It's up to us to stop the Covenant before they take over Reach, get the information for Earth, and then conquer Earth. However, our plan has a little bit of a snag. However, when we go up into space during Anchor 9, something tragic happens.
So, it's gonna be like mad. I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and our thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
Bad news is, time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We all make it sooner or later. Listen, Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Don't deny me this. Tell him to make it count.
Slip space rupture detected.
Gamma station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
Covenant signatures.
Slip space
Does anyone
rupture
have this?
detected.
They're everywhere.
Slip
Can't
space
be happening.
rupture
Must be the
detected.
whole damn Covenant
Slip
fleet.
space rupture detected.
Surviving the fall from space, Noctis regains consciousness and finds his way to New Alexandria, holding the dog tags that George gave him before he died. This place is basically a suicide zone for everyone that comes in because the Covenant are here and the Covenant don't take no prisoners. Eventually Noctis reunites with Noble Team and they do another mission to try to save the people of New Alexandria. The outcome of which is looking very grim as the Covenant are planning to glass the entire planet, basically sucking up all the life from this planet and destroying it, leaving nothing but dust. In another twist of fate, it turns out that the Covenant was on the till the entire time, and on their way to the elevator, Kat gets no-scoped. As a first-time player, this death comes out of nowhere, and to be completely honest, on my last playthrough, I chuckled at this death. Like, what the heck happened to her shield?
I can do a poke. I can do a split. I can catch a ball butt just like this.
Sorry about that, but yeah, this death comes out of nowhere, and as an only teenager, this death got to me, but as an adult playing this, I just can't help but laugh. I'm sorry. And this is no laughing matter. An entire city just got nuked to heck and back. Starting to look like the future that Silver was from. Noble Team returns back to Sword Base where they realize that Dr. Halsey is in an underground facility that will make the second half of Pearl 2 wins. Once meeting up with the doctor, she tells us something very important.
This AI is its custodian, and she has chosen you as her couriers.
Chosen? By an AI?
By this AI, yes. Her measure of you carries as much weight as my own, perhaps more. You are to take her to the UNSC shipbreaking yard in Azad. There you'll find a Halcyon-class cruiser waiting to get her off-planet.
I understand.
Do you? Mankind is outmatched. When Reach falls, and it will fall, our annihilation is all but certain. Unless we can glean from this artifact a defense against the Covenant. A game-changer. On the level of the conical bullet in the 19th century, or faster-than-light travel in the 23rd.
And what if we can't?
An apt question, if there were somewhere else to place our hope. There is not. Do you have it?
Yes,
Say the words, please.
I have it.
My recap can't do it justice on how powerful this scene is, especially if you've been a fan for so many years. But as a new player playing this for the first time, you know that you are the only hope in order to save this entire universe. If you couldn't tell already, this story is more or less straightforward, but what I'm not showing you yet are the amazing character moments and interaction through each individual level that makes the story work so much better. In the final hours of the game, our commanding officer, the entire leader of Noble Team, sacrifices his own self as it leaves you and Emil the only two left to go and deliver Cortana to the UNSC Pillar of Autumn. As we fought tooth and nail, we finally deliver Cortana to Captain Keyes. But despite finishing up the mission, your last party member that's near you dies from a sword to the back, leaving you to man a cannon and fully save the Pillar of Autumn, allowing it to escape into slip space. Noctis is now alone. No friends, no commander, no one to turn to. He is truly the last wolf standing. The last bit of gameplay is simply this: survive. A haunting gameplay scenario where anytime you get attacked, your helmet starts to crack. You're trying to survive all of this as best as you can, but anytime you get hurt, those cracks in the helmet begin to form. But after a while, even the strongest of wills will end up falling. And after the credits roll, we have this last line from Dr. Halsey.
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient, but they weren't nearly fast enough. For you had already passed the torch, and because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
Cortana, all I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
And that is the synopsis of Halo Reach. What a beautiful, bittersweet ending to the legacy of Halo. If you've been around the page or any of my live streams for any length of time, you know that very dark and depressing endings are a very sour spot for me. It's one of the main reasons why The Walking Dead, the Telltale game, and The Last of Us never really captured my attention, because those games, we basically know what's going to happen at the very end. We die. The characters we come to love end up dying. And like, yes, I know that characters can die in media, but there was always that sense of hope that kept me pushing forward and made me want to continue onwards. Whenever I first played Halo Reach, I didn't click with me right away that this was a prequel to Halo Combat Evolved. All I knew as a 12-year-old playing this was the fact that this was just the next mainline installment in the Halo series, and the fact that I was the main character in it. But it kind of changed me when I realized that my main character is no longer here. He died so that Master Chief can save the day. And that's what made me fall in love with creator characters, like, in general. This is one of the building blocks of why I like this concept in video games. Because you made an impact on the legacy of Halo. It's not super in-depth, but it doesn't have to be when you get sucked into this world and its characters, and it's just clicks. It doesn't have to be on JRPG levels of like storytelling, but it has a story to tell, and the story it tells is a pretty darn strong one. You have these character moments that, despite them not going fully in-depth with a lot of these characters, you still feel a sense of attachment to them that no other game can replicate. And it's a different style of story. It's not like Halo 3 ODST that has some moments of levity in it. This is a fully serious story, and you know what? It got me. Even as I'm editing this video, I did tear up at a lot of moments during the editing process. This game just means so much to me, and the way that the story is told is powerful. With this game being a prequel, I can see many people jumping into this as their first Halo experience, and I actually knew plenty of people that this was their first Halo game, and this story left a big impact on them. The story of Halo Reach is one that I love so very much. It's very emotional and very character driven. It's not super deep or anything like that, but the more I play it, the more I think about it, the more I can relate to some of the characters, the more I can like think about this world and like how this entire war got started, and the fact that there was a whole other planet that was very similar to Earth and they lost it means that like Earth being the last like remaining planet in the Halo 1, 2, and 3, like that makes it more important. And I just love this game's story, okay? Like, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the more I think about the story, the more I just fell in love with it all over again. I can't put it into words, but I do like Halo 3's gameplay more, but that's not to say that this game is a bad game. Far from it. Halo Reach is still a phenomenal first-person shooter. One of the things that separates this game from every other Halo is the use of armor abilities. You have a shield, you have sprint, you have a jetpack, active camo, and holograms that you can get either during the campaign or firefight, or even to the amazing multiplayer. This multiplayer was something magical. You get game modes like Headhunters, where you go and try to shoot each other and then they drop skulls, and if you had 10 skulls, you instantly win the game. But you can just keep depositing them, and that's how you get points in that game mode. Or you have like something like Snipers, where you just have sniper rifles, and it's a really nice balance of like fun and like creative game modes that never made a Halo Reach boring. This multiplayer is just something magical, and even in 2025, through the Master Chief Collection, this multiplayer is still super fun. And I want to take this moment to thank my buddy Spooner, who also helps me with the Halo 3 ODST video. He also helps me with this video, getting some online multiplayer gameplay footage, and we had a blast getting our butts kicked by people that are way better than us. But in terms of the online multiplayer and the campaign, which the campaign as a whole is a really good length. I think this is one of the most digestible campaigns ever, and it's so fun to replay over and over and over again. If the story wasn't already good enough, the actual levels are just so fun. Halo Reach is a really fun video game. I don't think it outbeats Halo 3 because that game also holds a very special and important place in my heart, but if you are playing any kind of Halo game, I highly recommend you guys give Halo Reach a shot, because this game is just so beautiful and a wonderful swan song to the legacy that is the Bungie era of Halo. I can't stress this enough, it's not a perfect video game, but darn, this game is just so close to perfection, and I think it's a perfect example of a studio putting their all into a product. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, my full thoughts on Halo Reach. All this time later, this game is truly something special to me. I love this game's gameplay, I love its story, I love its music, despite the fact that there was no like Halo leitmotif, like the original music from it. It still evokes feelings of the original Halo Combat Evolved, which I love. And the ending is just mwah, chef's kiss. I love Halo Reach. This game means so much to me. It helps me form friendships with people that are still my friends to this very day, and I have this game and the next one to thank for that. So the next time we meet up in the Halo universe, we go to the start of the 343 Industries era. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to need some time to think about this one, so maybe I'll have a smaller video for next time as I get that way for next month. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and keep gaming.